Welcome everybody to Solaris VII, Episode 8. My name is Sam Lander. I'm your GM. We have some players.
Good evening, my name is Zerder. I'm playing Arnstein Elden.
I am Hegemon Lur. I'm playing Caleb Archer, a criminal looking for a couple sea bills to rub together.
And I am Heath, and I play Bob.
Gets me every time. All right. So you guys just pulled into the safe house, which I have marked the location approximate on your map. It is toward the edge of town, as in probably from here you can see the suburbs, but it's still in the, I guess, the middle density part of town. And yeah, upon pulling in, the first thing you guys notice is a fine metal mesh on the inside of the garage door of this, or inside of the garage of this place.
Nice. It's ready.
And you have two collapsed, or two passed out peeps.
Well, I'm gonna.
Arnstein will just start hauling the wounded one find somewhere to put him down.
There is a couple bedrooms. Intelligence plus. Care sheet. Haha. Intelligence plus notice, sure.
For everybody or just for...
This is just for Arnstein.
Okay.
8, good enough. Arnstein, you notice some interesting things like across the windows, like all of the windows look like they have a screen on them. You're pretty sure this entire place is shielded.
Yep. Wouldn't expect less from a safe house.
Right. So there are a couple bedrooms. The furnishing of this place is very low key. Like this is IKEA furniture level stuff.
So that way if it breaks, we're not, replacing a whole bunch of expensive stuff.
I'm gonna grab the less injured one and drag him to one of the other bedrooms and look for something to tie him up with.
You have no problem finding any sort of things to tie people up with. Looks like this is a safe house, might be used for more than just, interrogations. Might be safe from other things as well.
How far out is Lucas?
He is. You guys called him on the way over here. He's about 10 minutes out. You think? Not far.
I'm gonna close. So I'm gonna close the garage door.
Yep.
So that no one can see the car, and I'll kind of keep an eye out for anything suspicious and/or Lucas out front, so I can kind of just get him right in the door, so he's not waiting.
Okay. Yeah, the thing you guys would notice, like all of you would notice after a very short amount of time, is inside of the house, if all of the doors and windows are closed, you get no signal to your device. There's no Wi-Fi network in here, and there's no cell service.
Arnstein would share said information that this is Faraday cage, no signals in or out, so hardline only.
Knowing that, I'll take a couple steps outside the door.
Yep.
And pull out a pack of smokes and
sure.
Kind of pretend I'm gonna have a smoke. Kind of look around, doing a kind of a security assessment of the building outside and the neighbors and what kind of traffic's going by.
Yep. So very, very low key. This was noon time about you guys got here. Maybe even morning still. It's all real low key. Looks like people who are driving past are probably like house people going out to buy groceries or old people who just like driving around. There's no like specific. You don't see a same car pass by 4 times or anything weird like that.
Okay.
Anyway, shortly thereafter, Lucas pulls up, gives you a wave, steps out of his vehicle. He's got a hatchback, pops the trunk, and he's got a fairly large bag with him.
I will go help him, and I will greet him like, Lucas, long time no see. How you doing?
Gives you a big grin. Says, I'm doing well. Let's get these. Well, let's
get this party started.
Yeah, he chuckles and you take him inside. He heads in, and between him and Marina start working on, like, the guy who's just cold cocked. He's got a pretty nasty wound to his hand, but it's not in any danger of taking his life. The other guy, him and Marina start working on, and they give you the look that says, "Give us at least an hour, and we hope we hope he survives." And yeah, they're busy with that. Caleb, you get when Bob is coming back inside, you receive a text message. Like, you get the text notification.
All right, I'll look over at Arnstein and says, "What the heck? I thought you said that nothing worked in here."
Incomplete cage.
Oh, you mean jeepers, we can't open the door. All right, fine. What is this?
It is a text message from your police contact, whose name I completely have.
That would be Marco Michaelis?
Yeah, Marco. Text message from Marco, and it is police responding to the oh shoot, I had the name for it, now I've forgotten it. Dave's Ammo Depot and depreciated dirigibles. Saying something about video. And that's like, you get the impression this was message 2 or 3 in a series of messages, and this is the only one you received.
Well, that's going to be a bit of a hassle. Arnstein, any idea if there were videos around? Did you see any cameras while we were scuffling?
Everybody give me well, it's a retroactive, but notice plus wisdom check.
Oh, this is gonna be pretty. Well, not bad.
Bob, you're like, oh yeah, there were 4 video cameras on the at least 4 video cameras on the ammo hauler. It just kind of springs to mind.
You know what? Realizing that, I'm gonna step outside and make a quick phone call to the boss lady and let her know she needs to report a car stolen, like, now, and erase the video of it being stolen.
Okay. Sure. She agrees to do that. She doesn't ask any questions because she doesn't want to know.
Crap, I'm gonna owe her so much at the end of this thing.
All right. You gonna let your friends know that there's cameras?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk back in and I'm gonna go. So there might have been, 3 or 4 or 5 cameras that I noticed. Plus, businesses around there might have had some video. I would assume. I just called the commander and let her know that she needs to report the car stolen, and to erase the video of us leaving with it.
Do you
because we kind of
suppose
left in a
can you work your magic, Arnstein, and erase those videos? I mean, I don't know what you can do. Is that something that's possible?
It's not impossible.
So Arnstein, there is a place with hardwired, basically Ethernet or the equivalent here. Right next to there's a landline phone as well.
Let me see what I can figure out. I go and I start working on thingamajiggers.
Okay. So we're gonna actually use the hacking rules from the book here. We're not gonna say you need any line shunts. But what are you trying to do? You're gonna break in and do what?
Find footage of us basically attacking a car,
Okay.
an ammo car, and heavily corrupting it.
Okay. Go to page 55 of the manual. So sounds like are you gonna try to grab this, or are you just gonna try to destroy?
Just destroy. I'm not.
Okay, so
I
that's
don't want anything.
a sabotage system. It is. Are you gonna take some time to do it, or are you gonna just try to plow your way through? Like, you need it says at least 10 minutes unless you're in a hurry, and then you can take less time, but it's harder.
I've got as long as they want to keep interrogating fool number 2.
Okay. So we'll say it's not rushed. It is the equivalent of major government or megacorp because this is
police.
well, yeah, very important that the government cares very deeply about the ammo. So destroy or sabotage a system is DC 10. Major government megacorp is +2. We're not going to say they're alarmed. You're not rushed. We're going to call it DC 12 to attack this system. If you wanted to,
Before he rolled,
hold on a second. If you wanted to just disable it for a little while but not completely destroy the information, you could get a lower difficulty, but that data would still be there. If they're physically on site with the data, they could still pull it off. Go ahead, Heath.
I was going to say, before you roll, is there a way to also, if you're in there, to make it so that our personal records for the 4 of us is slightly altered in the police records? Because I imagine we've been picked up for fighting. Our fingerprints are probably on record, part of probably background check. Is there a way to alter that a little bit so that whatever information they have doesn't link us right away, if that at all?
So the system he's hacking into is for the ammo company. The police database would be different and also more difficult to do.
Okay.
Not saying you can't do it. I'm saying that would be a different role.
No, I got that. I asking the question because it popped in my head.
Okay.
So, I would devise. I'd like to try to devise a way to encrypt local files. Rather, not the local files. The files that got auto pulled out of the vehicle when the alarm went.
Right.
Encrypt the ones that are on the main server. I'm seeing no real way to encrypt or tamper with the physical in the car.
Right.
Anyway, so just get us some more time before things go loopy.
So that I would call that suppress a system, and that would be DC 10 instead of 12.
Yeah, I'll just
Or no-
use some
Yeah.
proprietary encryption on the video files from that car.
make it hard. Not delete the data, but make it harder for them to get. All right. So go for it.
Program intelligence, I'm guessing.
Yep. No, hack. It is hacking plus intelligence.
Hacker is a
Int,
foci
int program. Yep.
program.
Int plus program. So 11 is success. So you have successfully encrypted this thing. Can you pop up your hacker focus, please? You have level 2.
Yep.
Okay, so your hack duration increases to when you treated as familiar with it. Okay, so yes, you because you're always treated as familiar with it, you had no problem finding the correct section of the database. You probably grabbed more than you needed to just out of safety, and were able to put it under an encryption. Depending on how good the police have for counter work, will basically how long it will take them to get this data back. I will roll that in secret. How do I roll to myself?
A GM roll. You can trigger the GM roll on the dice roller by clicking the GM on.
Thank you.
Or roll an actual dice.
Also works. Okay, that's good to know. All right. So you have suppressed it, but you're certain that within probably it'll be less than a day before it is physically in the presence of the police, and it will be at that point it will be much harder to intrude on their thing. But okay, while Arnstein's working away at that, that'll take a while. Caleb and Bob, the other guy can be woken up at pretty much any time. You got the guy who came over, named just went Isaac. He's got smelling salts in his thing, so you can wake up the other guy pretty easily.
All right. Yep. That's what I want to do.
Okay.
All right.
And not really be gentle about it either.
Okay.
All right, Caleb. Here's the thing. There's two of us going in there, right? If he thinks that we're both going to be after him, who knows what will happen. If he thinks that one of us is on his side or can help him, we might get more out. So, sitcom cop shows, good cop, bad cop.
Sure. That sounds like a plan to me. I guess I'll kick things off, and I'll probably kick things off.
Yep. You be good cop, but that sounds perfectly fine to me. Oh, wait. You're gonna kick him? I wanted to kick him.
Oh, okay. We can swap back and forth.
Fine. I'll play good cop. You can play bad cop.
All right. I'm gonna grab
I
the
will
smelling
remember that,
salts
though.
and.
All right. So you guys get him like probably seated in a chair, tied down, and get him woken up, and it's definitely the blink, like he's got that expression on his face of somebody who's woken up in an unfamiliar place in an uncomfortable position, like, where am I, who are you, what's going on, like expression on his face, looking around.
Before we go in there, can I grab a cup of coffee?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, I'll walk in with a cup of coffee.
He looks over at the both of you. What?
I'm gonna reach over and slap him, not super hard, but definitely enough to ring his bell since he's already been rung.
So he rocks back and goes, "Oh,
Whoa, hold off. Hey, this is our guest here. Okay,
Well,
this is our guest.
Yeah,
Would
maybe.
you like some coffee?
All I
He
want
looks
to do
up
is
at you
talk to him.
confused and goes, I can't, my arms?
I will reach it over there and let him smell it. And if he goes to try to take a sip of it, I'll give him just a little bit. So, I don't want to burn his face or, anything like that, just a little bit.
He's just got this confused expression on his face. Like confounded, and goes, all right, so good morning, I guess.
Here's the deal.
Okay.
I wanted to talk to you.
Yes,
It was gonna
talking.
be a nice little conversation.
Uh-huh.
But now you have a problem.
Oh.
You
What's-
see, you pushed that red button, and that means you've got to disappear. And-
Oh.
And as I see it,
Okay, wait. When he disappears, it means it's not bad. You're not going to die, per se. Perhaps.
Well-
Most likely you won't die.
well, yeah, I mean, there's different ways you could play it. You could convince us of your sincerity that you'll never rat us out and say that you tripped over your shoelaces and fell down the cliff. I don't care what you tell them. I don't see that happening. Here's what I see happening.
Mhm.
I've got almost enough for a ticket on a dropship out of here.
Mhm.
The thing is, I've only got enough for almost one ticket. And there's two of you. So I figure one will be in the dropship and one will be under it. And really, it's just going to depend on how generous I'm feeling and how helpful you are.
Give me a. I would like both of you, or actually, Bob, do it as an assist. If you succeed at a DC 8, you'll give a Caleb a +1. Charisma plus
Talk?
talk. Yep. Charisma plus talk. So a 0?
Wait, how did I get a 0?
2d6 plus 2. So I see 1, 4, 6.
Which I can re-roll the... No. I can re-roll the 1.
Okay.
How
Yeah.
did I get 0?
There's something the
Bug
math
in-
went wrong.
Something
Bug in the
didn't work.
plate.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you want to re-roll, you have a re-roll, right?
Okay. I got a 1 again. Oh my god, really?
2d6
Exact same roll.
exact same roll. All right. So
So if you need to re-roll one once, just roll a d6.
did you have
Yeah,
re-roll
like that.
ones, or do you have a thing that lets you just re-roll the check?
Let's see here. It was... let's see, where's it at here? Right
Diplomat.
there. It's,
Rerolls.
on the
Oh.
skill 1.
So just roll a 1d6. Just roll a d6. I mean, I'm gonna go with the dice don't lie.
No, it's a 6.
Reroll-
Three.
Reroll. Well, it just says reroll 1, so keep rolling until you don't get a 1. I think is how that works.
Yeah!
There you
There we
go.
go.
Okay, so you do assist Caleb, which is good enough. You guys give him the classic prisoner dilemma, and he caves. So he is. I'm not gonna like. There's gonna be no necessary. I'm not gonna play out a torture scene. You guys have done enough talking with him to get answers that you are convinced he believes. I want to know what questions you are asking. It's like, what do you want to know from this person? And I will tell you as a GM, his answers are going to be as truthful and complete as he can give.
Okay. My first question, or first two questions is, how long has he worked there? And at what level is he at in the corporation? Is he just a low-level guy, or is he a higher up who has some sort of say?
This was the driver.
seniority.
He's been there for about 2 years, working for Dave's Ammo Depot and depreciated dirigibles. I need somebody to write that down so I don't forget. He's been working there for about 2 years. He's been a driver for 6 months, and that's like that's not high up. These are not like low level grunts, but they're not a boss of anybody.
What were you doing before you were a driver?
I was the ammo hauler. He nods. Hold on, I don't have my OneNote up for some reason. So I was doing what so this guy is Hildred. I was doing what Jinnen I was doing Jinnen's job, which is basically all the heavy lifting work in the back.
How long were you doing that for?
Year and a half.
Okay.
So yeah, he's worked there for a total of 2 years. He's been a driver for 6 months. You guys, yeah, you wouldn't know that. Okay.
Did you, in the time that you were doing that job, did you see anything fishy? Anything suspicious?
I mean, other than
Don't bother with that. Just ask him. How much did they pay you?
So, he kind of hedges his bets a little bit and says, "Well, the company doesn't pay very well, but I found some side jobs."
Okay. Hey, we all understand side jobs. You know, you got to be able to put food on the table.
Mm-hmm.
What was the side jobs?
Delivering things off the books from both ends.
Like what?
Like things that we could pick up at the ammo depot without being signed out, and could deliver to other places without being signed in.
Was there a repeat customer or a customer that you helped multiple times?
Well, yeah. I mean, NSI was the big one. I mean, you know, we're paid $100 a day to do ammo rounds, and if they're willing to pay $1,000 for every ammo drop we give them, then that's good money.
Who was set up the side jobs for you?
I don't know their name. We had our my cell phone had a if it came from a certain set of numbers, like a specific area code's not the right, the second set of numbers, then I knew that it was a call from them and they would have work for me.
Do we have his cell phone?
Don't you remember? You bladed it.
Oh, I did, didn't I? Shit. That's right.
Yeah, it's in multiple
Yeah,
pieces.
It's a little unrecoverable, I think. How well do you know your co-deliverer?
Jinnen, I mean, we've been working together for like 6 months. He's fine. I mean, he was in on it too. He had to be, because yeah, everybody had to be in on it in order to do this. I mean, see, not everybody at the ammo depot, but the people who were giving us the stuff, and then the driver, and he's been my guy for 6 months now.
I'm gonna get a notepad and a pencil.
Absolutely, there's plenty of those around.
Yeah, I figured there would be, and I'm gonna tell him to write down every transaction that he remembers.
He looks at
and
he looks at his right hand, and then he looks at you. I'm assuming you guys gave him something for the pain.
Yep.
And then he goes,
I'm gonna look.
I'm not writing anything.
I look at him and I'm like, look.
Like, I can't physically move my hand to write something.
God. You're a right-hander, not a left-hander, huh? Okay. Give me the highlights.
Okay, so
what are the ones that you think minus NSI that are going to be big deal. I'm not talking a one time, hey, somebody called you, they need, extra round because they lost one somehow, some way, but the person who multiple times.
So I mean, he does relate that he dropped off stuff at Valkyrie multiple times. And the description of what he was dropping off tracks the bomb making materials. And the other one that he gets the most deliveries for is for the bulls. He says at least once a month we're dropping off stuff to them. Most recently we dropped off a whole rack of Inferno rounds. So these are SRMs. A whole rack would mean it's 100 missiles, so enough to do a full ton of Inferno rounds. Says that was like 2 weeks ago, but we've delivered to the bulls everything that, like, more than what their units use, different types of ammo and stuff, but that's our most common delivery for NSI.
Who did you deliver the stuff? Oh, go ahead.
Yell through to the other room to say to Arnstein, hey, when you got some spare time, can you look up the Bulls' recent records? Have they been doing better than expected recently?
All right, Arnstein.
Let me pull that up on the second monitor here.
Give me a There is the character sheet. Intelligence plus administer. Pretty good. They have been exactly mathematically average.
Like perfectly average?
With a 9, like, they don't do appreciably worse than everybody thinks they should do, and they don't do any better than anybody thinks they should do. They don't stand like the only reason that this Traxxas might be a thing is because Arnstein is specifically looking for it.
They are very specific in their performance.
Interesting. Back to our own group. Who'd you drop the stuff off for? For the Valkyrie stable. Who signed for it? Who paid you?
They weren't paying us. The one signing off and getting the extra stuff. Oh my god, I gotta make sure I got the right person. Was Camilla. Was the person who made sure that the delivery was correct. Saito?
I'm not interested in that side of things. Who organized it?
Oh, NSI? I mean, I don't know the person who was organizing it. Like, they have cutouts in, like, stuff. I guess I don't even know if it was NSI, except some of the stuff we delivered, we could tell was used in, like, every once in a while we'll get a delivery for a bunch of small arms ammunition, and then there'll be a big, like, NSI riot / shoot up place. That's so I guess I'm implying it's NSI, but no, it's somebody using, new numbers with a voice cutout telling us what to pick up and where to deliver to.
Question.
Yes.
Would Arnstein have picked up on the driver mentioning delivering Infernal rounds at Bulls?
You can hear this conversation. So yes.
Noting it down.
Okay.
Just making sure.
Okay. Family. What do you have? You married? Girlfriend? Kids?
I
Mom that you take care of?
I got a boyfriend and a 5-year-old. The data dump you guys got.
Okay.
I don't know that I don't know that Hildred has anything. You guys, are you guys gonna really let us go? Cause I mean, I can read the wind. If you let us go, then NSI is gonna know you know what we know, and if you don't let us go, NSI is gonna suspect you know what we know, and I mean, you're it's gonna be pretty obvious to somebody that like, don't let him go after my family.
Does your boyfriend and kid have access to your accounts?
Like, I mean, we have a shared account that he has access to, but I mean, I have my own bank account. Look, I've been seeing him for 3 months. He's sweet. He doesn't ask much of me, and well, I had extra money, and so I could take him out to nicer places and stuff.
Okay.
Per the information on the other guy, Hildred, he is married, but they are estranged, and they do not have any children. Like, there's nothing in there to indicate that they hate each other. They're just they are. He is married, and they are currently estranged.
It's like I said, I think the only way this works is if you disappear. And if you disappear, it leaves everybody wondering.
I mean, accurate. You'll warn my boyfriend, right? I mean, it's his kid, I suppose, but
What's his name?
I knew that was coming.
I'm gonna ask for like how I can get in contact with them, so we could do it later on. So that's not, if you just want to get me something later.
No, I got it.
Okay.
It's Fidelfo Nespola. Or Fidelfo.
Okay.
All right. Like I said, what else do you want to go? What else do you want to know from this guy?
I will take my phone out and I will take a picture of him.
Okay.
I'll make sure his face is all cleaned up and you can't see his hand.
Right.
Tell him to smile. I'll take a picture of it.
The smile looks very strained. Okay. Yeah, you get your picture.
I'll give it to Arstein. I'll send it to him, and just say, hey, we need him to not be a person of interest, not looking for him, and or also new paperwork to possibly get him off of planet.
Isn't Marco better for that?
That's why I sent it to you, because I couldn't remember who we dealt with last time.
Yeah, Marco is Caleb's contact.
Yeah, he'll be able to help
that's
us out. But I need a little bit of sweetener. Has there got anything left over? It ain't gonna do you any good here anymore.
You know what? My last question.
Yes.
What's the bank account number that you've been putting the funds in for these extra side jobs?
I mean, I've been spending them. I can give you my banking information. I won't give you the shared account, but I can give you the personal stuff.
I can respect that, considering we're going to be buying you a plane ticket off the planet, shuttle ticket off the planet. I can respect that.
So get that information, Arnstein, as you're finishing up your hack. The guy's got like $50 in his or 50 C bills equivalent. It's probably Davion. Yeah, it's probably Davion currency. Or no, it wouldn't be Davion. It would be, hold on. Shoot, the top left corner people. Steiner. Dear Lord, my brain just forget. So it's mostly in Steiner marked bills. He's got about 50 C-bills worth in this account. And looking at his credit card statement with your access to his bank account, he's gonna bounce paying off his credit card this month.
Well, that's
You know what?
useless.
Hey, can you see his shared account? Like he's transferred money into it from there? And if so, can you transfer the last $50 with the memo note of buy?
Probably see outgoing transactions to said accounts, trying to figure out like if there's any rhyme or reason or messages.
Yeah, you can do that sort of thing pretty easily.
Just send the last 50.
Okay.
Goodbye.
All right. Yeah, that's possible. Okay, so if you guys don't have any more questions at this moment, that's fine. If you think of something that you want to have asked this guy later, we can answer that question at that point. So yeah, he gives you a fairly rough rundown of how this all works. There's got to be more people in the Dave's ammo distributors that are involved, because there's no way just these two guys aren't enough to get the extra stuff out, because there's got to be some books cooking going on. These guys weren't cooking books. But the big the big extra deliveries were going to the Bulls, and most every stable has had something extra delivered to them in the last, what this guy can remember. So he's been driving for 6 months, within the last 6 months.
Do we know of any other oddities at other stables? You know, anything similar to the sabotage mechs that we've been seeing?
Not that they're letting you know about. Like, you haven't heard any big scandals. Like, there's been no other, like, big explosions or anything. If there have been, they're keeping it to themselves, partly because exposing weakness in this sort of situation would be generally bad. Like the bookmakers would rake you over the coals.
I'm gonna send the era equivalent of an email over to Chateau des Escargots with a anonymous query. Was the comment made about the misaligned AC-20 on the news accurate, or just a way to explain away their loss?
Give me a charisma plus talk, please.
I'll take reroll that one. See if I can get better.
Okay.
Nope.
So you don't get a response. Like, you're never gonna get a response from them.
Arnstein, you got to learn how to do this fishing thing right. You got to know somebody there. I've got a couple people I might know over at Escargot.
Okay, give me a charisma plus connect, please. Do you know a guy? That's pretty good. So you know one of their mech warriors. Random name generator. I love this thing so much. There we go. Generate a name. Joffrey Denel. He is in what you would guys consider to be their heavy lance, so not the lance you guys generally fight. He is a awesome driver for Chateau.
All right, so here's the way. Do we know the pilot's name that was in the Hunchback, right?
Correct.
So here's what you do, Arnstein. You send an email from my good buddy Jeffrey Denel to the Hunchy pilot, and you say, "Hey, were you just saving face? Make it look real, and maybe he'll answer back. Just spoof the addresses so it comes here instead of there."
So Arnstein, do you speak French?
Nope.
You might want to have.
I
this...
do though.
I was gonna say, I know. Bob does, but you might want to have this in French.
I will go type it out for him.
Okay,
So
so
much just dictate it for him. Whatever he says, I'll just type it out and give it a little bit of the French flair.
all
to
right.
it.
So I would like for the contents of the message. That's good enough to have the person. So contents of the message. Bob, give me your talk plus charisma, and for the spoofing, Arnstein, it would be program plus intelligence.
That's how you do it.
This is the best email ever sent.
So from the spoofed address, you get a reply back, and you get the answer of well, I mean, yeah, at the time I was just trying to save face because like that interview happened right after, but when we unloaded I was still mad when we got off, and this is all French, so it's Bob translating back for y'all. When we got back home and we started unloading the ammo bin, the rounds were like, I could swear they were smaller. They weren't the right size. And if you ever try to measure an AC-20 round, like it's I couldn't get a good measurement on it, but I swear they were smaller than they should have been.
He says he has issues measuring round cylindrical items, is what he's pretty much saying in here in this email.
So
Oh, not too bright, huh?
Not too bright.
Well,
But
given
if
that-
he's
the fact that an AC-20 round could be anything from a 3-round burst of a 120 millimeter cannon or a single 160, 70, or 80 millimeter cannon.
yeah, his AC-20 is the single brown big gun version.
So if he's right, it isn't just us though that's been hit.
I have a sneaking suspicion, and I'll nudge Caleb and Bob away from the bedroom they've been using as interrogation chambers and shut the door.
Go in. I'll put a stereo in there. Turn the music on for him, and then leave and shut the door.
About this time, about this time, Isaac, right? And
Lucas and Marina.
Lucas and Marina come out of surgery, I guess you would say. Um, with worried expressions on their faces, and Lucas says, "Well, he's stable, but unless he is admitted to a hospital within the next," he looks down at a timepiece and he looks confusedly at his phone for a second, but he looks down at his phone. Says, "Within the next hour, there's nothing we can do to prevent him from, like, he's probably already gonna have sepsis. It's almost guaranteed to be fatal if we don't get him to a hospital soon."
Okay. Is he conscious at all?
No,
Or is he out?
he is like, if we woke him up, the pain would be so bad, all you hear from him is screaming.
I will pull out 300 C bills and hand it to Lucas and tell him appreciate the time and the effort, and if I owe you more, let me know. And I appreciate his time and effort.
He nods and goes, "Yeah, I'm just a nurse, but Marina here is a deft surgeon. Yeah, no, we couldn't save him. So he nods and takes the money and heads out. We'll just leave Marina in the background at this point, but yeah, she goes to like clean up because she's soaked. She's got blood from her hands to her elbows, and like the bag that he took out with him looks significantly lighter than the bag he came in with. And there's a drip of saline and a drip of probably some sort of antibiotic on this guy.
As he leaves, I will tell him, "Yep, have a good time fishing. It should be a good day to be fishing today."
Hey, thanks. I'll go check that lake out. And he heads off.
All right, Arnstein, what do you got for us?
Just a hunch, but the Inferno rounds delivered to the bulls. Wasp attacking us when we're at Rand's house.
Oh yeah, that was Infernal Rounds.
And yeah.
I don't get is why NSI would benefit by sabotaging stables, unless they're trying to make money on the betting.
Give me a general, I guess you what would be good for general knowledge? Just
wisdom.
No plus wisdom. Everybody. Okay, that tracks.
Yeah, it does.
No whammies, no whammies.
Your sheet must be set up wrong somehow. Oh no, it's not.
2 ones.
No, it's not.
It's 2 ones and 2 negative ones.
Okay, so Arnstein, from what you know of NSI, they are heavily against the, like, their main objective is to stop the battle gladiatorial matches and all other similar type stuff going on Solaris. Basically, all of this money goes into battle tech, and it basically means that lives are ruined when people die, and like their cause sounds noble ish, at least, you know, for those of you not actually actively working in the thing. Their methods tend to be relatively brutal, and there has been in the last year and a half or 2 years been a rising death toll in the arena fights, and there has been kind of like death isn't necessarily super common in the arena fights because you're not generally trying to kill each other. It happens, but it isn't. Well, it's nearly every day. Honestly, it's like nearly every day. There's probably 30 or 40 matches a day in various parts of this planet. Somebody dies either in an accident, in repairing mechs and trying to get them back off the field. In the match themselves, mech warriors die. But that rate has increased, and there's been kind of a growing rumble in the governmental wings on Solaris to either make the matches safer somehow or slow down their pace or do something to lower the blood toll. And that the main person who is like the governmental brain fart, the governmental person who is like leading this is they are brain fart, a person they're wow, I can't hold that thought. So they are from Thakard. They are a noble. They're from the noble family. And hold on. So they are noble. They have noble blood. They are originally from Thakard, and their name is Rockus von Koenig. So, copy. I will tab that into here. That way. And they are behind the like governmental push to, I guess, lower the death toll on planet. Okay. So long story short, the more dangerous the fights are, the more that this guy gets like people to say, "Hey, let's tone it down a little bit."
Yep.
That said, NSI is not against blowing up a city block if they think it'll help them either.
As evidenced by the Wasp lighting 2.5 city blocks on fire.
Yes.
I have an idea for email to send to the Bulls commander, but I think we should do that later. And it may or may not look like blackmail, depending on the level of involvement on her end or his end.
Bulls commander. Yeah, we can worry about that later.
Yeah, I'm not worried about doing it today, but I think it's something we might want to hit up in the future.
Okay.
What I'm wondering is how do we extract ourselves from here? I don't want to have to live in this safe house for too long, but I don't see how we get out of here anytime soon. We got to figure out just how bad the heat's going to come down.
So what I'm thinking is we get a ride away from here. Either we have somebody come pick us up or we call for a ride, however we go about that. But we need to buy a ticket for our new friend in the room. And since the vehicle's stolen, we need to get rid of that as well. I don't think it's a smart decision for our friend to drive that vehicle to the landing pad for his ride, just in case he gets stopped. Is there
I'm thinking.
Is there a bad part of town around us somewhere? Like if you park a vehicle there for more than 12 hours, there's a good chance it gets vandalized and or broken down.
There's hundreds of them.
Perfect.
I mean, so
I'm going to. Oh, go ahead.
You guys have contacts in the underworld. If you
I was
want
gonna say it'd be nice to at least be able to give a little bit back to Tai, otherwise she's gonna string us up.
Yeah,
Let's,
she's going to string me up. I owe her. I'll probably be working for free for the next 2 years.
Well, let's see if we can salvage a little bit. I'm sure there's someone who'd like a nice new van.
I am going to, on that note, as he's saying that, find a torch of some sort.
as
like
in
a torch type.
Flashlight or
No,
road flare?
Road flare, or like used for soldering, bigger copper, brass
Oh, okay.
implements. And I am going to go out there and torch the sides of the doors where the logo's at for Valkyrie Stable.
Give me a mechanics plus intelligence check.
Mechanics.
Or is it
Fix?
Fix, yes.
Be fix?
Yes, be fix. Fix plus
But I'm doing
intelligence.
I'm doing the opposite of fix.
You're working on a mechanical system. That's good enough. So you take you take something out there to trade damage these things, and you start doing stuff, and you realize that the logos are vinyl applique. It's a vinyl wrap. So with a 6, you think that with a couple hours and some elbow grease and a heat gun, you can pull the logos off of this thing. But it'll damage the paint job, but you can like pull the logos off.
As I'm doing that, I'll be like, if anybody has any thoughts for selling it, let me know. Otherwise, we're just gonna have to ditch it somewhere.
I'm sure I can find someone to sell it to. I mean, if you want to ditch it, I'll sell it. I'll keep the C-bills.
Give me a connect plus charisma, Caleb. Because you know a guy.
Or 2 or 3.
Oh, okay. So I need to look up vehicle costs. Ranged weapons, heavy weapons. Okay, so what page are vehicles on? Vehicles. Never mind. Found them. Ground car. With a 12, you are able to you call a guy who calls a guy who calls Sabata Boruto, who gets you in contact, with one oh, come on, names. P C D E I J. One Okumura Junichi. So Okumura is the family name. Junichi. Okumura Junichi, who because you know Ran, you're able to get that because you know Ron. They are willing to give you 4,500 sea bills for your slightly damaged ground car that might be marked as stolen, and they don't care about that.
Sold.
So it gives you an address to deposit said vehicle. Heavily implied that for some price off of the top, they're willing to accept anything that might else need to disappear inside of it.
Yeah, I kind of figured that might be the case.
Yeah, noted.
So yeah, make sure to mark them down. They are Yakuza, and if you need to fence a car, they're your contact, or fence a
Fence or a cleaner, sounds like.
Yeah, a fence or a cleaner. Yep.
So I say let's call for a remote car to drop our friend off at the hospital.
I don't know that's going to work out. It sounds like he's toast, and I don't want him waking up and spilling what's left of his guts.
Yeah. What's the what's the chance? What's the odds of him surviving with no medical treatment and then with some medical treatment at this point from here on?
With no medical treatment at all, he's like, if we stop. So you get this from Marina. With no medical treatment at all, she says that he's dead within, like, if we take off the support, the blood drip and everything, he's dead in about a day. We can keep him alive here with what the tools I can get from your friend and what we have here already. We can keep him alive for a week or so, but if he's not in an emergency room within an hour, he's not living at all, period. Like, there's a bunch of guts mixed in his guts.
He needs surgery, some antibiotics, some steroids. He needs a whole laundry list of things.
Yeah, to like actually live. Like, if he's gonna die, I have a heavy enough dose of morphine here to make sure that he goes to sleep and doesn't wake back up. I'm putting a little bit of words in Marina's mouth, but
show of hands, who's for just letting him and making it easier on him and letting him pass away peacefully, or do we drop him off at the hospital and take the chance?
It's too far gone. I vote we let him go.
Yeah, I really did just want to talk to him, but I don't think we can take the risk. And that's just the breaks.
Crap. Okay. I am very I very pissed off. I say, okay, give him the morphine, and I'm pissed and I walk outside. I'm not happy with the decision, but it is the correct decision for the situation that we're in.
okay. Yeah, morphine is given, and unless one of you guys wants to say no, morphine is given, and he it goes from labored, like, breathing, even though he's currently knocked out, to more even breathing, and then the breathing slows, and then the breathing stops, and he grows slowly cold. And Marina basically, cleans up the stuff, gets it into. Strangely enough, there's an incinerator in the basement of this house. Who'd have thunk? Like a small, but like cleans up, gets stuff burned up.
Arnstein's
I go in there.
load the
Go ahead.
remains of him into the trunk of the van.
Before that, I want to search him, make sure there's nothing too important or vital or anything that can easily identify him, like wallet or you know, badge or.
So, yep, he's got like an employee badge, a wallet. It's got probably 25 Steiner S bills in it. Driver's license. He's got the card he uses at work that's separate from his just name tag card. So yeah, you get all that stuff off of him pretty easily.
I will take the $25 for the 25 C bills, and I will put it back in his pocket, but take everything else.
Okay. Gonna borrow the incinerator for that as well.
I am going to get rid of the wallet. I am going to I'm going to take his work card.
Okay.
And I'm going to stash it somewhere.
Okay. Where are you gonna stash it at?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
You know what? Nope, I'm going to throw it away. It's
Okay.
going into the incinerator.
Okay. Yep. It's so incinerated. When you put the like employee badge into the incinerator and you run it, there is a loud pop sound. And like it was incinerators have a pretty hot fire, like very energetic there for like 2 minutes. So loud pop followed by a very energetic sounding action going on for a couple minutes and then, dies out.
If I go outside, do I see a big old smoke plume coming off the top of the house?
You see, no, you don't see anything.
Okay.
Wherever this is vented, it is not venting like smoke out of the house that you can evidence.
And at that note, I say let's get out of here.
All right, I'll stay here until y'all have vacated, and I'll take the van to the drop off, and we'll meet back up.
What are you doing with the other guy?
He is coming with us for right now.
Okay.
We've cleaned him up. He understands that his choice in the matter is one plane ticket or one shuttle ticket.
Right.
Off planet.
All right. So we'll go with Caleb first. So Caleb, you drive the van, avoid any unnecessary entanglements. You get to relatively near Mixed Nuts. You're thinking by where you actually have driven from here. Pull the van off to the side, and there is a you pull into the parking lot where you're supposed to be going, and there's like 3 other vehicles in this parking lot. There's a whole crowd of people like hanging out at, this is like a 7-Eleven. So there's this whole crowd of people hanging out in front of the 7-Eleven, like 150 feet, 200 feet away. And a very well-dressed, like he's got a nice suit, slicked hair, very well-dressed man walks up to you and says, Junichi, or he basically nods, Junichi, you're Caleb?
Yeah, I'm Caleb, and I seem to have noticed somebody left a van running over there with the keys in it. You ever seen anything like that around here?
Oh man, you'd be amazed at how often that happens around here. Well, that's horrible. Somebody could just go up and steal it. And one of the guys, like, you guys are a little off the way. One of the guys peels off from the 7-Eleven, casually walks over, looks in the trunk, makes some sort of hand gesture to Junichi, then gets in the van and drives off. And Junichi says, "So, oh right, hey, I got a gift for you from your mom. That just
Oh, that's wonderful. How's
she-
she been?
same as she ever was. He makes a your mom joke here, which I'm not coming up with. And he hands you a stack of C-bills, and then he says, "Well, it's been nice knowing you. I'll tell your mom hi when I see her next." And gets in his vehicle and pulls out and drives away.
Sounds good. I'll go in and into the quick stop, buy a beverage
Right.
and call a cab
Right.
or
So,
whatever it's called. I can't remember.
Yep.
Or whatever it was.
Go something or other. So you have a nice stack of 4,000 C-bills that you pay the person behind the thing with a 20 and get change back as appropriate. And yeah, hop in your cab. All right, so Arnstein and Bob and Jinnen, what are you guys up to?
Arnstein, let's see here. How did we buy the ticket last time for the last person that we escorted off the planet?
It was Michaelis that bought it for us. Mark Michalakis.
Okay,
Yep.
I will call him up
Okay.
and
Hey,
inform him that I need.
Hey, Bob, what's
How
going
we
on?
doing? Oh, not much. Hey, I need another small favor.
I love it when people need favors from me. What can I do for you?
I just need a small one-way ticket off planet for an individual who it's medically advised that he never returns.
Oh, a medical ticket. Okay, I understand. Yeah, I tell you
But-
what, I might have somebody. I might know a dropship captain who's just shipping too many medical supplies toward the front, and you know what? If they're medically advised to get off planet, I bet you that they could take them.
Sounds good. Just let me know when and where, and then what the damage is on the return side.
He gives you contact information, and yeah, well, he will tell you how much you owe him later.
I have
So-
a feeling some of these O's aren't going to be in money form. They're going to be in favors, actual favors.
All right. So yeah, you're able to drop off Jinnen, who's got about a day and a half before his drop shift takes off with him, but he gets a ticket or has a ticket ready for him, with no ID, just a name, and is able to load onto said dropship.
As he loads onto said dropship, I will give him 50.
He nods and says, yeah, thanks. And kind of wistfully looks back into the city somewhere you're not quite familiar with, but then heads into the dropship.
All right, Arnstein, anything else we need to do, or should we head back to the stable?
Arnstein just checks his datapad, noting times well past the time where the encryption broke on its own.
So you think you have probably 12 hours left on your encryption before somebody can crack it.
Oh. Well, anyway, I need a good cup of coffee, and there's not a place in this city that makes it. So, back to base, make the meal.
All right, you guys gonna meet up back at Valkyrie?
I'm gonna take the cab to pay my friend Marco a visit and hand him a small retainer, about 500 C-bills.
Okay. Yep. He thanks you for the 500 T-bills. Lets you know that Bob got a ticket, and total cost for said ticket is 1,000.
Oh well, in that case, I'll just settle up there.
'Kay.
Give him another 1,000.
Okay. He nods, says, you know, you boys have been lovely to do business with. And, you know, while the wife's away, you guys ought to stop by sometime and help me finish off my garage. He says, pointing to the like open, unfinished garage.
Marco, you are a wizard with garages. I'll give you that.
He laughs. Have a good day.
We'll catch you around. Then I'll head back to Valkyrie.
Okay. So yeah, you guys all meet up at back up at Valkyrie. So Tai is like, as you guys stumble in, she has an expression on her face that you're not quite able to read. As there is, so unfortunately I don't have an actual news story, but there is a news story like in the front entryway about a hit on a ammo carrier, and that the it is there was an initial story that it was conducted by NSI, but NSI is disavowing this hit on this ammo carrier, and police have determined that the NSI like logo that was burned into the side armor of it is inauthentic. So investigations are ongoing. They're announcing persons of interest tomorrow. Like, they're announcing that they will have they will arrest the persons of interest in this thing tomorrow. All right, you guys are all together.
Interesting. So I can't read her face. Her face has a look on it. It's one of those things where it's like, it's happy to see you that you're back in one piece. You are so much trouble. I don't know how to explain it. And what did you just do?
It's more it's good to see you back in one piece, and what the hell are you guys doing, or what the hell happened? There's like conflicting emotions across her face as you guys walk in, but she's like talking to the head tech and looking at her mech, and like it's not like she's spending a bunch of time just watching you guys head in. It's just that quick glance.
I will walk over to her and just stand there for a minute. I will compliment her that her mech's looking pretty dang good. And if you would like a briefing, just let me know.
She
and if you don't trust us, let me know now.
She like, give me a charisma plus connect, please.
I don't trust your dice.
Well, luckily for me, charisma's +0 and connect's +1, so I'm gonna at least get a 2.
2 plus 6, so that's 7. That's 8, 9. 9? Why does it keep coming up with 0? There's got to be something wrong with your sheet. Anyway,
Okay,
so it's a 9. You get the expression on her face that she doesn't want to know like what you guys have been up to, and that she does trust you, but she doesn't. Like, she is actively not saying anything out loud because there's way too many people around. Now, even for a sort of like side conversation.
Oh yeah, I'm just acknowledging that we're screw ups and that we appreciate her trust. That's pretty much all that little conversation's about.
Right.
Arnstein's trudging up to his room to make real coffee.
I'm gonna take a look at my Thunderbolt shoulder to see how it's progressing, because obviously they've had time to get everything done.
So at this point, it's been what? This is the second day after the fight. This is the first day after the fight.
This is Wednesday morning.
Yeah, the first day after.
So Wednesday afternoon by this point.
The
So
afternoon, so they've had time to,
yeah, so they've got all of the armor remnants, what little there was, stripped off of the arm, and they are currently like hooking up everything they need to this arm to they've got all the armor stripped off. They've got the large laser pieces stripped out of it, and they are currently working on like stabilizing it so that they can completely disassemble the shoulder joint. Because you had some actuator damage too, right?
Oh yeah, it was hanging on by a piece of baling wire is about all I had left.
Yeah, so they're working on taking it apart so they can fix up the actuator, get everything working, put it back together. Somebody's got a new humerus equivalent. So there's an endoskeleton. That's the structure of the thing. So basically, the humerus equivalent for your mech is currently being raised like up the gantry on the outside to be put into place.
I'll yell out, "Looking good. We'll have it ready by tonight, right?"
There's just a chorus of groans from the techs.
All right, I'll head on back to my.
All right, so you guys head back up to your room. Zzz.
Before I leave the floor, I'm gonna go back over my mech and stash my my to-go bag.
All right, so yeah, no problem doing that. Your mech was fine, so nobody's even working on it. All of the techs for Lance 2 are currently working on Caleb's mech. Because, well, it got a little whoopsied.
Did my stereo get installed today, or is that tomorrow?
That's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay. Hey, Caleb, you got a second? Once we're upstairs, so not on the main floor, but upstairs.
Sure, I'll head on over to Bob's apartment.
So I've been kind of thinking about it. We got a pretty good bar going on down the street here that we go to on a regular basis, right? And I was doing some math there, and I realized that the tab they told us compared to the tab that I believe we do is kind of not the same amount of money. I think it's a little bit off, which I'm okay with. They let us get away with a lot. The fact that they let us get away with a lot, I want to say we might have a little bit options of some backroom tomfoolery, if you know what I mean.
What you
Help
got
out with our
in
little bit of cash flow. Nothing big, nothing major. We got a little extra cash right now. I figure, some sort of little bit of backroom side wagering going on.
Sounds like a plan to me. I'll follow your lead.
Okay. Next time we're down that way, we'll pull the owner. Who's the owner? Do we know that? What the name of the owner is?
The name you have been given but have never met this person is Aoi, AOI. And you have never been and you have never been given a gender, although in Japanese that tends to be a feminine name.
Okay. So at that point we know of, but we don't know.
Yeah, there's like a rotating section of barkeeps that work there. You think the guy who's been working there has been working there for maybe a month or two. But yeah, that's the name. Yes. Okay, that was correct. All right. That's the name you've been given for the owner, but yeah, you've never met this person.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
How
If
much
you guys...
extra? How much extra? Yeah, I got. Sorry. How much extra cash do you have for, say, Caleb, that you might be able to put in for this adventure?
Extra? I'm so deep in the hole I can't see the lip. So, it depends on what sort of scale you're talking. I've got a little bit of cash at the moment,
Okay.
from the car, but it isn't gonna last long if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and yeah, well, I'm just shy of $5,000 myself, so I wouldn't mind trying to get that a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't know if we can find some way to. Are you thinking gambling? Or are you thinking odd jobs for him, or what are you thinking?
I was thinking something where we can just kind of put some money in and come and pick up some money later on. Nothing that really involves too much of our time. But if they already have a side job, and I would assume they might, considering really it's only from what I've seen, it's majority just us that go there all the time. So, and they let us run a tab, which means they don't need our money. I think they already have some sort of side something going on out there already.
I got you. So we're
So
going to be investors.
yeah, I was thinking more a little bit along the investors, and if they need a little bit of help, running maybe some errands that are seem to be our knack lately. We could help out that way.
I can see that working out. All right, yeah, I can chip in a couple thousand C bills at the moment. That's probably all I can really spare, though.
Oh yeah, I get that. We haven't been paid yet this month, so I figured, minus the funds from our fight, the extra cash. So, all right, man. Next time we're down that way.
Sounds good.
All right. Arnstein, your coffee is just coming up to like that lovely smell coming out of the pot, and it's almost done.
I'm just looking at it longingly. Early day, low coffee intake.
All right, yeah, you have your coffee.
Just open the door to the hallway. Just stand there looking about, seeing if I see anybody sipping my coffee.
You would have seen Caleb heading back to his room after having talked to Bob.
I'll just give him a nod and just duck
So
back
was it?
into the apartment.
On my way by, I'm asking Arnstein. So was the coffee worth the wait?
Yeah, very good. Want the cup?
No, it's a little too low speed for me. I need something with a bit more kick. Although, suppose I could add a little kick. Sure, why not?
We are not alcoholics. It might appear that way, but we are not alcoholics.
I think all role-playing characters are some level of alcoholic.
Touche.
Arnstein will go into his liquor cabinet and get the premium Newbergen Aquavit and offer Caleb.
That's the good stuff. Thanks, man.
I got a question. What kind of liquor is this? I want to know about Newbergen liquor. What's the premium stuff? Is it a whiskey? Is it vodka? Is it?
Well, in real life, Aquavit is sort of not really sure exactly. It's something that you drink in small like shot glasses.
Okay.
To apparently aid in with the body processing real fatty foods like Christmas foods.
Aquavite. So it's high proof. It's high proof.
thinner.
Yeah, it's not no hyperroof. Generally brandy per Wikipedia.
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah, this is the good stuff.
Pour out the small shot glass and leave the bottle if you want to add something directly to the coffee.
Yeah, I'll mix it in with the coffee and sit around and chat for a little bit. And then, what time of day is it at this point?
Early afternoon. Like everything that's been happening, it's probably 2:00.
God, it's been a busy day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I need to blow something up. I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, please. I gotta go run some Sims. Anybody wanna join in?
Yeah, I'll join.
Gonna get Bob involved with this too.
I'm gonna knock on his door and see if he's interested, and the Marina too.
Okay.
When you knock on my door, you will definitely see a very alcoholic ice drink in my hand. And I will say definitely yes. And I will walk down to the assimilator with a drink in my hand.
So Caleb, you were in Bob's room. Give me a notice plus wisdom, please.
Oh no.
The only thing that I wanted to point out was that there is a wasp arm holding up his TV currently.
Seriously, dude, you're using furniture?
Well, yeah, it's a storage spot until we need it. If we need a part off it, then we'll, But until then, it's a talking piece.
Whatever, man. That's the oddest trophy I've ever seen.
Hey, how many people have gone up against a mech and lived to tell about it? The trophy, dude.
So yes,
Fair
this is definitely the arm from the wasp that was trying to kill you guys, and has probably, the GM speaking, there's clues in their arm if you guys want to use it.
Hey, is there a way to remove my little TV stand there and put something that looks like a mech arm? Just saying, asking. This is player to GM. Asking that question.
Run it by me again. What?
On the map.
Oh, okay, so
I think it wants
on the map.
Oh,
yeah. Get rid of the TV stand and put something looks like a mech arm there.
I don't have any art for that. If you give me something that fits the style, I could swap it out in the map for this thing. Like,
okay.
I don't have a handy way, unless you wanted to just like freehand draw something on the map with the draw tool in Roll20.
I'll see what I have. I'll see what I can play around with.
Yeah. Okay, so everybody's headed down to the simulators. We can actually run that fight later, since there's only 20 minutes left in the day. We can find a time we can all get together maybe and actually run that match. I am perfectly happy to do that. Actually record it for purposes of putting up on YouTube, because content. That'll take probably an hour or two. Actually, Arnstein, are you gonna join in on that too?
Yeah, I was planning on joining.
So yep, all four of you get in. All four of you get in on that. A couple hours later, Arnstein, you have about 10 hours. Call it 8 hours left.
9.5.
Yeah.
Or something.
We'll call it 8. We'll say you're thinking. Wait, did I say 24 hours originally, or did I say 12?
I think you said less than 24.
Okay, so you're thinking you're safe for another. It's 4 p.m. until midnight-ish, and anytime between midnight and noon the next day, they will have succeeded at cracking the thing.
after the Sims, Artin going back to his room and getting on his pad, sending a message out to Ran just because.
Okay.
That messages, he's thinking they're smart enough to let messages bounce, but they do get there.
Right.
So it's an assumption from Arnstein's side. Just gonna put in a question mark at the front and say video proof of Lance 2 assaulting ammo transport in cahoots with NSI. More information gained. Help question mark, and send it off.
You're asking for help, or you're that sounded like to me like you were asking if they can help, right?
Yeah, I'm asking them for some help.
Give me charisma plus connect +1.
I'll reroll that. I'm guessing it's a
Yep.
new scene.
It is a
already.
new scene.
There we go.
So you get a response back from a scrambled like number. Video exists but is scrambled. Help available limited. Yes. Video exists but is scrambled, help available limited.
Just gonna send back scrambling, temporary scrambling done by me. Request permanency? Question mark.
You get back an access code and a physical location. The access code is to kind of a seedy motel in the government district in town. Like, it's relatively close to the governmental areas of town.
Yeah, we'll just. Is there any time to show up, or just
It's
assume
just a location. It's a location and some sort of like passcode.
just fire back in arigato?
You get a I guess a bowing person emoji. Like, the Japanese are very good at like really elaborate emojis. That's the impression you get back.
Yeah. And I'm going to go get hold of a taxi and go there now.
Are you gonna bring your friends or let them know where you're going?
I'm gonna let them know where I'm going. I wouldn't stop them, but I wouldn't try to get them to come.
Okay.
More like, oh hey guys, I'm going out to see if I can get some help with the video evidence of us being out there.
How hard are you looking for me?
Knock on your door.
I'm not there.
I'm not looking harder. Just
Right. You don't respond
Oh.
to the door.
I'll tag along. It's always good to have somebody to watch your back just in case.
All right. So Arnstein and Caleb, you guys head out. You hear as you pass by the like front office area, you hear the front office person who is also one of the Aztecs. They are on Lance 1, one of the so it would be Hitomi Akiyama, or sorry, Akiyama Hitomi san. She is currently in the middle of a conversation in Japanese. And she is very patiently explaining how it's possible that a second vehicle was stolen in less than a week.
Less than 5 days.
Less than 5 days. And to please not drop the insurance coverage. And yes, we would really like to actually use our we'd actually like to use our like get the theft insurance from it, and somebody cut the like lock off of the door. Yes, there is physical evidence of this. We have contacted the police. Here's the police report. Like this conversation, and she is like very, very patiently, like obviously the person on the other end of the line is trying their best to talk her out of it, and she is like very patiently explaining. And like the attitude you're getting from her voice is that she's been doing this for several hours at this point.
if possible, Arnstein would just stop ever so briefly in front of her and do a bow in her direction before moving on.
She kind of she mutes the thing, gives you a gigantic eye roll, like I can't believe I have to put up with this idiot on the other end of the line, and then unmutes it and goes back to talking.
As she does that, as Arnstein does that, and she comes off, puts him on mute. I'm like, should I go check out Arnstein? Should I go check out another car? Sort of laughing.
She actually, yeah. So you make that side joke and says the insurance company says nobody is allowed to take out any vehicles until we get everything rekeyed.
Oh,
like there.
I won't go on. Like, you guys are awesome. Bow.
All right. Arnstein and Caleb, you guys get a taxi and drive across town. Bob, what are you up to?
I am. Imagine how hard is it to get into the commander's room?
You're pretty sure it's difficult. Like her locks are better made than the ones on your guys' door. Also, for a fact that there's video surveillance on that door.
Okay, I'm gonna knock on the door to see if she's there.
It's evening. No, she's usually down in the this room at this time of day.
Am I under the impression that if I even try to mess with that lock, she will get a notification?
Yes, you are under that impression.
I will take a Sharpie out and I'll write on her door, this will get your attention. And I will try to mess with the door, but not to the point of where I break anything, just where she gets a notification.
Okay.
Do I get in? For what? Do I get in?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Unless you're gonna act it, like put some effort into it, you're not getting through that door.
Okay. Then I will sit there and I will be kind of turned facing the elevator and the stairs, just with my arms folded, waiting for her to come up.
Give me a notice plus wisdom, please.
Oh God. 0. Oh,
So you hear a noise and you look towards the elevator and you see her coming up the stairs. Like, she rolled really badly on her not get noticed roll. So there was definitely some sort of misdirection going on, and then she gets to the stairs and sees that it's you just standing idly by the door, and she just raises her eyebrow at you.
would you like a drink? And I'll hold up the rest of that bottle that I took with me that I was using drinking during training. I mean, during piloting.
Dear God, yes. And she opens her door and lets you come in after her.
I will ask her how much she wants to know as I'm pouring us both a drink.
She looks at you very sincerely and says, Are you making progress on determining the cause of, like, the people who who sabotaged my mech and the people who blew up Rake?
Yes, and it has gotten very interesting.
I don't think I want to know any more than that until you are sure the problem is taken care of. I tell you what you're doing is dangerous, and the reason I don't want to know is if I get into a police holding cell because you guys did something slightly illegal or very illegal, I don't want to know anything that could, like, tell them where you are or anything like that. So I don't actually want to know, but that said, you guys should set up something to get Stanislav and I information if you were to perhaps come to a messy end, and that way we could continue to look into it.
I will talk to Arnstein about that. I imagine he has a pretty significant way to be able to get you something physical and electronic.
And we've been able to... Okay, so one more thing. We've been able to cover the vehicle issues up until now, but I really suggest you guys find something that aren't the... Like, it would be good for you guys to track down something that isn't the vehicles from Valkyrie, nor is the taxi service, because there's only so much credulity we can stretch on the vehicle issue.
I think we might have an in to get disposable vehicles in our near future.
She nods. It's a really good idea. Do you guys need anything else that... How do I put this? Don't tell me, but if you need to take the mechs out for a walk sometime, let me know. But don't let me know why you're taking them.
If we need to borrow something of that caliber, who knows what will happen? You might get a notification like you did today.
She nods. I just, like, I need to know if you're taking the mechs out for a walk, because otherwise a whole lot of automatic stuff lets everybody know that the mechs are going for a walk, let's say. I need to know to get that stuff turned off.
Gotcha. On a different note, how much do you know about the bar down the street?
Bar down the street? There's like 100 of those.
Okay, now my brain's resetting. The one that we go drink at all the time.
Sabato Boruto.
Yes, Sabato Boruto.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I took you guys there once. It's like your bar, right? Like, you're the only ones who ever go there.
Yeah. Okay. I will.
It is your bar. It seems like it's your bar.
It is. It is the bar that we spend so much time and so much of our paychecks on.
She nods and kind of chuckles a little bit.
I will tell her thank you,
Okay.
and I will leave the bottle, and I will go back to my room.
Okay. All right. Caleb and Arnstein. So you guys pull into this motel. Go to the room code that's listed on here. Open the room. It is a this place is like offers rent by the hour and by the month. Rent is not the right word. Stays by the hour or by the month. You're not sure that the beds don't have lice in them or bed bugs. And as you walk in, Arnstein, you see the fanciest computer like full desktop. If it was like modern day, it'd be like decked out with RGB, like 4 monitors. The best workstation computer you've seen in a very long time. Just casually on the table. And it says the username is already up on the screen, and it has a password field opened up below it.
Just gonna go over and try typing in the password that makes most sense according to the username that's on there.
Well, you were given a passcode, so that one makes the most sense.
Yeah.
That it works. Logs into the desktop, and it is a fully kitted out like system. It's got a bunch of penetration software on it. You have, while you're using this, you have a +1 to your program roll for hacking checks. Yeah.
Yep, I'm going for it.
Okay.
Permanency.
All right. So, so you are able to find. Now I had this all pulled up, and now I've lost the page again. What is it? What page was?
55 question mark?
Aha, 55. So you are there. There are the correct line shunts already installed. You think that, you probably have an hour to work. Once you start getting actively working, to before the line shunts that you need to get in are discovered and would need to be replaced. You are hacking into a government, so that's a +2. You are trying to sabotage a system, so we're starting off at 10. You're hacking into a government, so that's +2. That's a 12. The human overseers aren't alarmed. You're not rushed. The system is not especially sensitive. I'm going to say that would be like for getting like classified information. So it's just a police system. So it is a DC-12 intelligence plus program to try to destroy the data.
At the +1 modifier for the
Yep.
top of the line system.
Yeah, you have the +1 modifier for having all of the right tools, and they are very good tools. All right.
Is my reroll up?
Yeah, this is a new scene, so you have your reroll. Ooh! Did you just ace that? You just aced that.
Critical hit.
All right, so you you intrude, you go in, you crack the like, you destroy. You're pretty sure you just told a computer to melt itself somewhere in a server somewhere. And you, well, with a 15, you cover all of your tracks in such a way that you didn't make it look like you were trying to target that specific data, if that makes sense. Like, with a 15, you made it look like this was a coincidence rather than this being a targeted attack. As you are,
the cooling on that server went haywire.
yeah, probably the cooling in the room that server was located in all turned off, and the heaters kicked on, and everything in that room cooked. On your way back, that was such a good roll. On your way back out, make a program plus wisdom +1. You got a chunk of information out of this database that is like, oh, that looks important, and you grabbed it. And it will be like, but it's like encrypted. You can't make heads or tails of it here, but it is something that looked important as you were leaving, and you have it downloaded to this computer.
Something I can bring on to the compad.
Yeah, no problem.
Yep, bring it and take it along, and just
Okay.
look with blank eyes towards Caleb and say, "I think I just told the server to cook itself."
Cool. I'm not the only one causing mayhem. Wait, no, that's Bob. I'm the same. Okay, you know the world's a little bit wrong when I'm the same one. Are we done here?
Yeah, we can go.
Uh,
I think it would be elsewhere.
as you guys are stepping out of this, you hear in the distance a building's fire alarm, and you can hear sirens in the distance, like, kicking on.
Look back at RC. Said, "Was that you?"
I think so.
All right, I really want to get out of here.
Yeah, I need to go to bed.
All right, you guys make your way back to the Valkyrie. And get yourselves in bed. And let's see. How do I want to put this? I'm trying to think of. Caleb, you get a text message, like your phone goes off. Do you keep your phone on silent, or do you have it on when you go to bed?
No, I'll keep it on.
Okay.
I keep it silent most of the time, but I keep it to where the buzz would. I'd hear
Right.
the
So you hear that of your phone.
All right, I'll reach over and see what's going on.
And you have a message from your police officer friend. And it says simply run. And we'll go ahead and leave it at that. So, thank you everybody for watching. It has been great having you here. I hope to see you again in 2 weeks for another round of this Battletech. We'll be doing D&D next weekend. I hope to see you guys all then. Thanks everybody for watching. Bye.